This is your Flight Attendant speaking. Hope you all have been enjoying Pixels for Peace Spring 2019. My name's Commander, and coming up next we have some Streets of Rage, latest hardest glitchless by cestpatou. After that, we have Sonic 3D Blast, beat the game, and then we're closing things off with some Undertale, and then some closing thoughts by Manix, which is a fantastic game y'all need to go watch. But we're going to sit tight. Streets of Rage coming up. Remember, if you still want to donate, you can still hug the goats. I mean, the goats have a pretty big lead right now. They have a $55 lead, but do you really want the goats to... I mean, you really want the goats to win. The goats should get like a $100 lead. So, exclamation point, donate in the chat. Continue hugging the goats. Great way to save each other.
Hello everyone.
Alright, coming up right now is going to be some Streets of Rage Blade hardest glitchless. Plane is yours.
Hello everyone. I'm cestpatou. We will display the fantastic game that is Street of Rage. We had just now the lawn mowing guy, so he just getting older a little, and he just get pissed at people because they didn't give them enough oil for his machine, so he goes on rampage. So we will deal with that. So let's just figure out if it's still on our desk. So here we go. We will play as Blaze because she's the fastest, she has the biggest reach, her jump kick is good enough, so she has almost everything for her. So time starts when I gain control on the character, so I will do a countdown for you, and I will do a long one just because I'm that kind. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! So, the main thing about this game is that you have to group them up and do this kind of attack. So it's a pivot attack. And if they are grouped well, it saves a lot of time instead of just dealing with them individually. So it's all about getting at the end of the substage, grouping them, dealing with them as they come, and that's pretty much it. And you won't see me using many weapons there because it's on our desk, and weapons kill enemies in 2 or 3 hits, and I really don't want to lose so much time when I can just punch them to death. And sometimes when they don't group, like right now, I will use a special. So I just press A and I call my friends the police guy. And since I'm immune to rockets, and they are not immune to rockets, they just die. So it's a good thing for me. I'm an ex-cop, so I'm used to receive rockets at the face, and that's how police guys are. So again, we deal with a big wave of enemies. And since it's on our desk, you already see that my HP is getting drained a lot and really quickly. But when I'm I can set up them well. It doesn't change much because they are just infinitely stunned. So here we have already the first boss. It's Antonio, the third best boomeranger in the world, and he's also Australian. What a coincidence! So we just grab him, hit him twice, release him, re-grab, and doing that loop again and again. So no big deal with him. Here on the stage 2, it's always the same. You have to figure out how to get at the end of the substage and group all enemies up to deal with them the most quickly. So here we are doing a fantastic job at that. And now I've grabbed one because when I'm doing my pivot attack, I have to wiggle left to right, and sometimes I just not press left. I press left for too long, so I walk into someone and grab him. So that's a bad input from my part, and I do that quite frequently because it's not a simple thing to do. And now here we have to kill 2 persons at the end of the substage, and we have seen the yellow dude appearing on the right, and we just call the police. We don't have to get stressed about that. Just call the police. They will all burn, so that's fine. Here we are going on the top because it's the quickest way to group them. We go bottom, and you see they are already grouped. So sometimes we try to bait them because the AI here is either passive or aggressive. So sometimes you have to turn your back at them and they will come at you eventually, but not aggressively. So that's why sometimes you see me doing nothing. Here I use a weapon because it's not the fastest way, but it's a simple way to deal with them. And here you've seen me dealing with 2 junglers. They are very notorious about being trolls, because if you try to punch them and they are too close to you, you just punch an axe and you get hurt. So that's a bad thing. About the second boss, you can do the grab on grab combo, but you have only few frames to do so, and that's a very tricky part. But I've been able to do it perfectly because I have a lot of experience into that. So next, the third stage. We have fought on the city, so now let's relax and be on the beach, because we deserve that. We are a next cup of 21 years old. Let's enjoy the beach and the ocean and everything, and beat guys there. Because what else you can do at the beach? Come on, you just have to fight guys, right? So again, just figuring out where to spawn and how to deal with them in a group. So now we are going to the bottom. We will avoid that wonderful lady here with a whip, and we will throw someone at him. Let's hope they will do something in the corner, but I don't think they will. Let me focus here a little. There's a lot of enemies, I don't want to mess up. And it's pretty much done here. And you see the yellow signal, the yellow dude appears just when there's not much enemies on the screen. Just one enemy left. That's another thing that you have to think about it when you're rotting, that you have to deal with enemies very quickly. Here I'm going on top again because I don't have to deal with them, I just have to relax, and when the last guy appears, the yellow dude on the right, I call the police and everybody dies. But the bad thing about this substage is even if you call the police, there's still 3 guys coming. So here, the last one here. So there's another sub-stage here. And after that it will be Abadidi. It's the ultimate warrior. The same sprite. So here, vault over that guy. Just hope for the best. Let's go. You see, it's always about grouping them. If I fight someone alone, I will grab him and do some knees attack because it's faster and it deals more damage than punches. And here, to perform the little dance, I have to hit the opposite direction as soon as I hit someone. But now, the little dude have not been cooperating, so that's why I failed. Because you're not supposed to grab him when you're doing the dance, but you've seen I've done it twice. So that's the reason the boss have attacked me. So now stage 3 is done. Go to stage 4. It's the bridge in construction. So there's a lot of pits. We can get thrown in it, so we have to be careful. So that is done. Going on top. Not getting hit by that girl. Here we go. We deal with a group of people. That is a good thing to do. So after that there will be a lot of enemies, but we still just go from left to right and it will be pretty much easily. I didn't want to pick that, but it's fine. And that girl triggers a jack, so that's why I've dealt with her really quickly. You see that jack, that jungler. For the next screen, I still need to waste another life because it's way simpler that way. We will wait that the girl on the right spawn and we will kill ourselves because that's how we get a special back. So she has spawned, I kill myself, I call the police, everybody dies, besides 2 persons that will spawn again, and here we go. We will deal with those 2 and we will go on to the other screen. Let's go. So here, I've killed myself because I need another special for the last screen. I will group them. And as soon as the one on the bottom left spawn, I call the police. So all of them dies. It's very simple. And I go on the bottom left. There's 3 remaining enemies. I will deal with them individually. If you remember well, there was a pit on the left. So we just throw them into the pit that is still there, but we don't see. That's why you hear them die, even if there's nothing visible. So you're about this boss, you just grab him, like the first boss, but there's someone coming. Let's just stab him. We are very welcomeful, and we stab him until he dies. We don't have the choice. That's how it's done. Maybe he wants to hug us, but looking at his eyes, I don't think he will. I think he wants to punch me in the face. I don't know him. I don't know, but maybe. So we don't take the chance. We are never sure. Here it's a notorious part to be very difficult. So they are not grouping well. And we can die easily like that. But if we take enough time, we will prevent further spawning of those guys, but I failed. Because 2 of them have spawned. And even if I died, sometimes no knives spawn. But it depends on your timing and how well you do. So now we're dancing because we have time to do that. because we call just the police here. So let's keep dancing. You don't see me, but I'm dancing. We have time for that. We have like 10 seconds. Each time you call the police is 10 or 12 seconds. There's always faster way, but come on, little dude. Thank you. Get smacked. Now it's the one of the only moments that you will see me use the baseball bat, because some of the girls here, when you hit them, they cries. So they go on the ground and they cry for like 5 seconds, and it takes time. So just bat them in the face. That's how it's done. But obviously, don't try this at home. I'm a professional. I'm licensed to do that. So no, tap route, and it's another very hard part. Because I have to group them, but they kick me very, very quickly. And I've done it perfectly. So that's another good point. I save a lot of time by not dying. That's one point. And by just dealing with them very quickly. Here it's always the same. You hit the opposite direction as soon as you hit the second times. So it will reappear in the opposite direction and you will re-grab him instantly. Here we flip over that third guy. We just go get another special and call the police. Because there's too many enemies, they are just too passive, so let's deal with the police. And now, it's often the case, it's either bottom route or top route. The routing is pretty simple, but it's just doing it. You see, I've been too close to him, so I've been hit by his axes or whatever he was juggling with. So now I will try another strat. It's a very difficult strat. I will explain later. Let me focus and I will explain. So, this strat, it's all about, you see the pivot attack is not glitch, it's not a glitch, but it's like not supposed to do so. And here we get the exploit of grabbing them both at the same time. It's doable, you have seen that with my third boss, and it's doable with that boss as well. So we just exploit that you can grab many enemies at the same time. And see that girl is not cooperating with us. That's why I've tried to throw people off. Because she takes so many hits. And I've tried to deal with enemies as fast as I was able to, but she just ran at me and I fell. So about the fifth boss, yeah, it's just grabbing them both at the same time. No, not a big deal. So here, when the guy on the right spawn, you can call the police, but now I was not sure, but I was confident that I was able to deal with all of them without the help of the police, but I've been thrown by a guy, so I was like, meh. Instead of maybe saving 3-4 seconds, let's just call the police, and it's more easy to do. So here I used the knife there because it was simpler, but it didn't group well, and there was one guy not spawning with his usual weapon. Usually he spawned with a baseball bat, but not this time. So that's why I fell. So now there will be 2 ninjas, one here and one on the right. After that we will have a lot of ladies, and that's why we use the knife, because we are careful with them, and punches in the face is not an appropriate way to deal with them. So let's just use a knife. So let's just keep going. They are stunned by a pepper spray. So it's always tricky on some parts to perform. Like here, there's a press. So you have to deal with them. If you punch too far on the left, you will also getting hit by the press. So you have to manage where you stand, how far you punch, and that's why I've not been able to do so. Here we will try to fast kill, but I don't know if I will be able to. Yep. Oh, the little guy have just wanted to stab me. He's a little evil. So now here, this guy, it's all simple. It's not tricky. So now we will have to try to get at the end of the stage. Oh, what? Okay. I thought that the guy would have stopped me, but no, he just phased out into the wall. Oh damn! Nope. So now the signal was coming at me, so it was very tricky to deal with all of them. So now it's perfect, but that girl comes, but we have been just in time to throw that guy to other guy, so we have not been interrupted into killing that girl because she cries as well. I know about this fantastic boss. There's 2 of them. You remember the tricky Wolverine guy, Freddy Krueger or whatever the name? But if you set them properly, like here, it's very easy. But you have to perform well the left right. There's another technique of just punching them, but you need to do a proper setup for that. And I don't like so much setups. If you can just grab him and release, it's simpler. And now, the most famous moment of the game, the elevator. We all like elevators, and how more proper way to use your other environment than throwing people off the elevator. So we deal with those and we throw everyone else. So come here, bye. Come here, bye. So come on, bye. So it will always be like that. So I really don't want to be that janitor. You know, the one dealing with that building with a ton of corpse just down at the elevator. So now they have not been cooperating in the way they were positioned. So I've just done that. So come here. Thank you. So Signal, come here. No, you don't want? Okay. So as much as you can, you throw them off the elevator. It's the quickest way. Sometimes they just jump off the elevator by themselves. So we won't retain them. We will let them kill themselves because we are that generous. So let's go. So come at me. Come on. Thank you. You're so gentle with me. Come on. You can come too. Come on. Thank you. You'll catch your friends. They want you to be there. So, how about here? You have a baseball bat. So, you can just bat people in the face. Because that's what this game is all about. So come on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You see? It's all about that. It's raining, man! That's right! No, Plemsy, you're not a moddy. So, now, there's a lot of enemies, but we have a baseball bat. We are unstoppable with a baseball bat. See, everybody dies. So, now, let's deal with all of them with a baseball bat. Or, if they want, we can just throw them. So come at me. Thank you. Throw them off the elevator. And that's how it's done. So just to tell you, my pace is very good. It's not world record, but my pace will definitely go under my estimate. I expect sub 30 minutes, but we'll see. World record is 28:16, and before I've done that time, it was 29:10. So yeah, let's go. No. See, sometimes I've done little pauses just to make them come at me. That's what I'm doing. Yep. Stage 8 is the longest corridor, so I don't know what Mr. X does when he has to go to the toilet, but oh man. I thought that I was able to grab that guy. Yep, good. So I don't need a knife, that's why I've thrown him. So now, like every simple game in the past, you have to deal with every bosses that you have already fought. Just like Mega Man. So here we go, the first boss, it's always the same trick, and now since we are on stage 8, we don't have any little guy annoying us, we just deal with them. So go away. Wait a little, so good. See? You just have to make them get into a group and deal with them. Because the pivot attack is it's not a simple technique, but it's a really resourceful one. And now the left right is, like I've said earlier, very tricky. It's few frames off, a few frame window, so it's a miss or die almost. So now there's this little guy sliding. And we have dealt with him, but there's other people annoying us. They'll just throw us. They will never hurt us, but you will lose time because you're getting thrown, and that guy can throw you into another guy that will throw you, and back and forth, and it will just lose you 5, 10, 15 seconds. So that's why you have to. This part is very tricky about that. And now I just removed my sound, so it's fantastic. So let's go. I will try to do it soundless. Maybe it will work. Nope, I've died. So because I didn't know when the lady is on the left died, because I just removed my earphones. By accident, obviously. And I will put it back as soon as stage 5 is done. Stage 5's boss. Because I don't need it much before. I will take that. And the rest is facultative. If I don't mess up. Because I can group them quite easily. Oops. No, no, no. Thank you. Good. Oh, I was 1 hit away. Good. That is good. So now the two Garcia is here. Because they are called Garcias. Oh no, I finished an attack, so that is a bad thing. You don't want to finish your attacks, you just want it to reset. So let's go. Stage 5. Now we will do the other technique. Is that you can grab them both if they appears to be on the same spot. Because they use the same frame, the same sprite. So it's like it will be only one person. But it's two. You just have to time yourself well. So as soon as you finish your attack, the other one is at the right time. So now I will put back my sound because it will be useful. Good. Now it's done. Now here, what you want is to say yes. Because he asks you to be his right-hand man. And if you say yes, you get back at stage 6. So, let's better not do that. So that's why I said no, and I fight the boss directly instead of going to stage 6 back. And now here you train a little bit your left-right pivot attack. Because it's the last time you will use it. And now it's like a bad idea, it's the little dance. And I failed. That's great. My timing was off. So, yeah, the timing is that if you can grab him at a good time, you can just dance him infinitely and no Garcia will hit you. But now, on top of that, they are not cooperating. See? So if I'm doing the dance well, they will not attack me. Initially, it takes only 37 seconds to kill the boss, but if you mess up, it can go to a minute and a half or even worse sometimes. See, instead of grabbing the boss, I've grabbed the Garcia. So time is very soon. It's when the screen turns black. Because the final boss is dead, so it's almost like 3, 2, 1, go! Time! So this is Street of Rage. I've tried to commentate my best and doing every tricks possible. It was very tricky. Is it steps 30? Because we subtract 6 yeah. It used to track 6.26 seconds because the text is in English and we take the Japanese in-game time. So it is sub 30 minutes. Thanks everyone for the GGs and the kind words. I will read that after I'm done. Yeah. So yeah, thanks a lot. And there's a glitch there. Do I have time? Yeah, I have time, but I don't have the inputs, the cheat code to go to stage 8. But there's a glitch in this game. That's why it's called Glitchless for my run. You just take 2 players. You kill one of them at the right place, at the right inputs, and you can get out of bound on stage 8. And if you get out of bound on stage 8, you just skip the entire stage. So you save like 6 minutes there. So thanks everyone, and now we will see another great runner. It will be Dagran with Sonic 3D Blast. So stay tuned, it will be a fantastic run with a fantastic runner. So see ya guys. Oh, and if you hear me, thank
This is your flight attendant speaking. Coming up next is Sonic 3D Blast, Beat the Game by Dragon. And then we're closing off the marathon with some Undertale True Pacifist by Shay. There's also a Undertale Boss Rush Stick Only by Shay. And then Manix is going to have the best game, some closing thoughts. Remember, if you want to hug more goats and save the children, ! Donate in the chat to where you can continue to donate to where you can hug the goat so that Colt doesn't swoop in there and not hug the goat, because he's known to do that.